Good morning. Good morning. What a good looking group you are this morning. I have a couple of announcements to make this morning before we get started. Next Sunday, February 5th, is the last day to give to you the school supply collection. We've got quite a bit of stuff started already, but this is one of the ways that we partner with our community and to give things away in this community. And school supplies are always in short supply. You would think that things such as pencils and papers wouldn't be that needy, but they truly are. So if that's on your heart, we ask that you join in that. The year-end statements, Lois asked me to tell you, is at the back of the narthex if you don't pick those up. And the flowers today are for Joanne and Jerry's 62nd anniversary. Years not liable to make it to 63. Unless he changes his way. That may or may not happen. We have, well, the new bulletins, you see that we're still tweaking and changing them around a little bit. This week you have a place to put in sermon notes right here. So you can get your pencils ready for that. And later on, I don't know that we need that big area though, because I plan on talking a lot this morning, and there's a reason for that. So anyway, we'll adjust that next week, and bring it down a little bit. But this is a work in progress, and we don't always have all the answers. So that if you say, if you look at something and it's just so obvious to you that this needs to be here and that needs to be there and that needs to be taken out, drop it. That's what this little card is. You can use it for a prayer card that starts off and says, I pray that you will see the wisdom in changing your world. They work for all kinds of things, okay? So we can do that. Oh, I got lots of stuff going on here this morning. But it's just a joy for me to be here, to be back, and I appreciate the time that I had off last week. I appreciate the ladies' message that they brought. It was wonderful to sit in the service and look at all the amazing things that the women do. That's our mission. If you were with us yesterday, there was 11 of us went down to Desert Springs in Vegas, and we went to leadership training down there. And if you'd gone with us, then I would not have to preach for the next 7 weeks because you'd have learned it all yesterday. So now you got to listen to me. No, that's not true. It was good. It was a good time for us, very beneficial to us. And we're always looking at other churches and other things, the way that people do things that lead us into a better way to worship, a better way to make this connection between what we do on Sunday morning and the God that wants to transform our lives. And so as we start that this morning and we think about why we're here and all the ways that we're going to do that, one of the ways that we're going to do is we're going to start off this morning a little differently than we normally do because we have an award that we give out every year. If you're not used to being here with us, if you're a visitor with us this morning, first of all, if we have visitors, raise your hand. We're going to put something in your hand. The ushers have something they'd like to give you. It's just information about the church, and it's pretty harmless. It's pretty harmless. And we don't make you stand up or stand on the chair or any of that stuff. It's pretty easy. There you go. Any others? See how painless that is? Okay, so if you're not only part of this congregation. Once a year, we hand out an award, and it goes to a person that's deserving. So to introduce that award, Fred, wherever Fred is going to come. I think. Are you coming?
I think I will.
Fred's coming. No, and Don's coming. No, this is where I sit down and you do what you do.
I think I know most of you here. My name is Fred Davison, and I want to introduce Don Upton, who is the new president of the men's organization here in church. And I know he will invite every man and woman who is here to come the second Saturday of each month. And what time does it start? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I'm up here today basically to give the Man of the Year award for 2016. This was originally started in 2004, and Jim Robinson, who was the pastor at that time, suggested to the men's club that they might want to consider this. And if you know Jim Robinson, consider means do. So anyway, back in 2004, the men's club established the Doug Harrell Man of the Year Award. And each year since then, we have presented it. The person who is the 2016 Man of the Year has been very active, and I'm sure that when I tell you his name, you'll say, oh, I know him. But he's been on the Growth and Communications Committee and is very active in the Welcome Back barbecue. He's an usher and a greeter. He's been on the Finance Committee, served on the council as council chair, trustee, chair of the trustees. He participates with the men's group whenever needed. And most recently, he helped chair the golf tournament with Dennis and Jerry. The other thing that he has done, which is incredible, they wanted $4,000 to wax the floor in the fellowship hall. $4,000. And Wayne got a group of people, and they did. Anyway, the Man of the Year this year is Wayne Adams.
Thanks. The only thing I would like to say is that this goes to one person each year, but it takes everybody to do what we do in this church. And this church has done a lot this year. We've built a pavilion, we've researched the parking lot. Fred mentioned we did all the floors, but it's not one person that does that. It's a whole group of people, and it's the church family that supports us doing this. And I think we all love doing what we do for the church and for God. Thank you.
I'd just like to say that I help with the floor. And, a little bit more training with the buffer.
Wayne done a lot more, of course, than what you heard this morning. I rode over here one day, last summer on my bicycle, it was about 105 degrees, and I see Wayne outside in a hole in the ground, and he's repairing a pipe, an irrigation pipe that it burst. And so it's things like that he does, that you never see him do, and it's just amazing. He's a lot of fun to work with, he's got a good sense of humor. You know, I'm kind of surprised though, because he's here so much, that he wasn't here when the church was broken into. Well deserved.
So we do have, this is part of our leadership of the church. We identify what our mission is, and then we take action to make sure that it gets done. And everybody can talk about the things that need done, but it's when they get put into an action statement and make it happen, that's when the church does its best work. So we said that we were here to worship and to honor God and to find that connection, and we hope that that happens this morning. That somehow through the prayers that you hear, through the songs that you sing, through the word that's expounded, through the neighbor that you sit next to, through the love that you feel here this morning, that you will know that God is alive and that Jesus Christ is risen and that God loves you and has a plan of salvation that's just for you and a word for you this morning. Just listen for it.
Well, we're all warmed up this morning, ready to go. So let's start with our call to worship, read responsively. What does the Lord require of you?
To do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with our God.
With what shall we come before the Lord?
With speech that is gentle, and words that build up, with actions that bring peace, and works that lift up the lowly.
Come, let us worship the Lord our God in spirit and in truth.
All